And welcome back on Next Play Gaming with me, Alex, with more Lies of P. Alright, so, I think we do have to talk to you.
You know that stalker? The Hound? Is it true you brought him here?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know he was still alive. Thank heavens. I haven't seen him in person, and I don't know how I'd react. How do you thank the man who saved your life? I'm so glad that someone so kind has reached safety. And speaking of safety, please take care of yourself out there.
I'll do my best.
You're not the only one who's curious. Most people get around to asking where I'm from. My looks give it away, don't they? Suffice it to say, I'm from the country of the morning, beyond the ocean. But I wouldn't be much of a tour guide. All I know about it is their weapons. My family was a house of weapons specialists. It's quite a reputation to live up to. They almost took charge of planning for the grand exhibition, but that's their reputation, not mine. And they deserted me when I was little. I don't even know who they are. And my reputation is my own. I suppose my only connection to them would be weapons. So I'm an orphan, and that hardly makes me exotic and Krat. Can I help you with anything else?
Not much. Let's see, but we need to start getting some more Crescent Moonstones so we can keep upgrading our Greatsword. I could alter the handle. I do have a Motivity Crank, which would bump up the scaling to A and give me no scaling on Motivity. Technique. Which doesn't matter at all. It does give me 17 extra points of scaling. So, for now, I will do that. I just need a few bits of Ergo, like 200, I believe. This one should do it. Nope, two of those. There we go.
I know my way around.
So, boom. Now we got some damage without really spending on a level, which is great. Hello.
Welcome to...
Right. You don't sell anything useful just yet. Although, if you need some of those random things to smack down, you can always buy some of those saws. We do have a Legion Caliber, but I need two to upgrade the stuff. So, let's just move on. I don't think anyone needs to talk to me, I'm pretty sure. I'll double check soon, though. Well, I guess our boys want to talk. Well, might as well give them a quick look-see. Hello.
At the House of Anin.
Hello. All right, we got the smiling bunny mark.
Oh dear. This is the mark of the Black Rabbit Brotherhood, a notorious band of stalkers. The stalkers as a unified force ceased to be after their defeat at the Battle of the Workshop Tower. The Black Rabbit Brotherhood took over the Marlem district after that. I believe you could use this mark to move safely whilst on the Black Rabbit Brotherhood's turf, to use their unsophisticated vernacular, and give you entree to the black market as well. But be careful, sir. The Black Rabbit Brotherhood is quite infamous for how they treat interlopers. If they catch you, they'll put you in the liar's coffin. Yes, I believe it is as unpleasant as it sounds. Ah, and I see we have new physical records to catalogue for the collection. Such effort deserves commensurate reward, don't you think?
Thank you. Forgot that was the reward, so that's useful. I only need two more now. And
I've
Nini.
been investigating the puppet frenzy, and it looks like I need your help. First, let me show you a little something I've been working on. I call it the Ergo Wavelength Decoder. The name lacks a certain flair, but I assure you it works. If my suspicions are correct, something in the puppet's very ergo is causing their aggression. My decoder can find malicious signals within the waves, but I cannot possibly get close enough to gather the ergo wave records myself. You, on the other hand, would you? Could you?
I think you should have said that backwards. But anyways.
I refuse to believe the King of Puppets is truly behind this puppet rampage. It's too simple, but also a bit too much even for him. No. I suspect the Ergo itself is corrupted, or at least compromised. I do so desperately want to find the cause, as I'm sure you do too, my friend. It breaks my heart to see puppets turned into murderous tools of bloodshed.
Alright, so we get the ergo wavelength decoder. This will be important later, mainly like, I don't know, 3/4 through the game, where it actually plays a role in some stuff you can do. For now, we're just gonna talk to Papa real quick before we leave, because we should talk about the areas we've been through. We're going to.
A victim of the petrification disease turned into a monster. That's just tragic. Could the disease lead to puppet frenzy? No, that doesn't make sense. Remember, puppets cannot get the disease, but puppets shouldn't frenzy either. I made them to obey and protect humans, not go berserk and harm them. But the stalkers blame me. They think I worked with the alchemists to spread the disease to puppets. How sad. All this resentment, with a lie at the root of it. That's why my only wish is that you stay a good boy. No resentment. No lies. The city of Ask me any.
Alright, let's talk about the Malam district.
I don't know what's happening in the Malam district. The Black Rabbit Brotherhood seized the neighborhood. That's all I know. It was always a run-down neighborhood, but it's descended into anarchy, or worse. I'm hearing rumors of monsters rampaging through the district. Those poor people. They need your help, son.
We can also talk about the cathedral.
I had hoped for good news, but everyone's dead? How terrible. I remember the Archbishop fondly. To think he became such a monster. Even the puppet frenzy isn't as shocking as that. You think it's the water? Thinking about the city's pipes, they connect to the Malam district. Their water supply might be tainted too.
That's a little bit of an interesting point, I suppose. Hence why we're actually even going in there in the first place. Anyways, let's get going. We should have cleared out everyone that wants to talk, so to the path of the pilgrim we go. I probably won't reach a boss within episode time because of all the talking, and also this area is a little bit on the longer side if I remember right. As you can see, electric shock not only drains your fable, but it actually increases the damage you take. It's weird because on enemies it actually does do damage, but I guess it's mainly because they don't really have fable like we do as a stat, or even a mechanic, to be frank. No match for me, lads. Hello. Alright, if I remember right, there's traps on the ground here. We just kind of casually walk around them carefully. I remembered. But no Crescent Moonstones yet. Ah, the Acidic Crystal Spear. Basically our first, well, it's our second elemental weapon, let's call it. But it is the first acid weapon we've gotten. We're getting a lot of dim moonstone, though. Also, I forgot to mention, when it comes to upgrading your weapons, the scaling is on the handle, not the blade. Alright. think I was way more scared of this guy the first time I encountered him way back when. Granted, it is a big old bear, so that's kind of scary. Oh, right, these guys have the stupid, well, just like dogs in any Souls game, they're actually kind of annoying. Man, where's my Crescent Moonstones? Come on. I remember, I think the bear traps actually inflict a status of some sort. I don't quite remember. Maybe not, but I'm feeling that they do. Ah, right. I believe there's a butterfly here in the water. I believe it's more towards the middle. Yes, I want to actually kind of avoid the middle for now. So that way, these guys don't distract me while I'm trying to kill it. There we go. Nah, Dark Moonstone might come in handy at some point, but not at the moment. The Tomb Slums entrance. I believe there's a bunch of random enemies here that'll come running at me. Come on. No problemo. I think, if I remember right, also, consumables in this game are actually relatively strong. So it's technically not impossible to actually make like a item build in this game. There we go. Yeah, I'm very, I guess we can call it OCD about my weapon durability, because I just like inflicting maximum damage as much as possible. Okay. Oh yeah, there's like some dudes inside this house, inside the house I'm standing on. The Rabbit Brotherhood are wanted because they're assholes. Yeah, we definitely want more stamina soon. Alright. Let's see, we need to drop in here. Get the fire abrasive. Even treasure found the find out what happens to greedy people. I am greedy. Let's go. But yeah, right here we have a little elevator. Well, look where we are. Scribbles of the slum. Who is the doctor? And now we get a shortcut bag in case we die. Oh, right, I need to actually pull the lever. This is not Dark Souls where you walk on the panel on the floor of the platform to actually move. But on the way out, you might have seen this. Just to get a little extra item. Some Dark Moonstone. Let's see. So, they're talking about that shack right there. I'm trying to remember, is there a hole on the roof? I don't think so, actually. You can hear the enemies, though. It's a little spooky. I would say certain times of this game can spook you if you're just not paying attention half the time. Anyways, let's go down here. Get to the fighting. Two spins. I messed it up, damn it. There we go, no problemo. But yeah, we get the Shag key, which I'll use in a few moments. Just to open that shack right there. Also, that guy was supposed to like scare you, but you know, you would go for the item and he would like leap out of the door. Also, we have no way to go in there. But look, a chest. Anyways, let's be greedy, like they said. Hello. Open sesame. Wakey, wakey. Damn it. Whatever. I didn't die. That's all that matters. But we get the superior corrosion resistance converter. We got the better version of this one. Heavier, that's fine. And we're down to 1 heal, but I believe we're almost there. At least to the next Stargazer. We do have to fight a little bit more though, if memory serves me right. If I really want to upgrade a different blade, I probably can catch it up to this blade. Right. Okay. Fuck it. I think we'll be okay. So real quick though, I am gonna use a Legion magazine to get a little extra fire. Okay, I apparently didn't guard that. gonna take a little. Well, I didn't really need to jump. I don't think actually, but it's okay. Oh, camera, calm down. Alright. Now we have to fight one big enemy before we get in there. Hello.
Hi, Tess. 1, 2, 1, 2. We have a schedule update for you in time. Tonight!
Can't see. That was close, but we got him. All right. Got a little spooked at the towards the middle there. I couldn't see anything, but I kind of based it off of sound
Here's
effects.
a safety reminder for all the malcontents of the Marlin district. A nasty puppet has invaded our territory. Be careful.
I don't remember if there's more enemies around here. I don't think there are. What's up here? Well, at least I can roll down. But if I mess up my drop, I'm dead basically. I mean, even if I was full health, I don't think I'd lift this fall until I'm low enough, so... Gonna take a casual scroll here and keep rolling off the edge. Okay. Made it. Ah, look who's here. Our friends. Well, potential friend and guy that scammed us. But anyways, before we continue, we're actually going to go back to the hotel real quick to spend our ergo. We will keep going for a little bit. I'll probably go over the 30-minute mark, but that's okay. Alright. Let's spend our ergo. Level me up.
Use my power.
Damn, only one? Do I have something that'll give me about 1,000? There we go.
I'll use my...
Oops. Oh no, that is the stat I wanted. There we go. Okay, so. Once I get my... Let's see, am I wearing... Yep, I'm wearing the best, or quote-unquote best, just heavy. General. Alright, but we made it to the Malum district, I believe, actually, is how do you pronounce that? Excuse me. Alright, let's talk to the lads here. Hello.
Oh, I saw you go into the factory. But you're here. So, wait. You came out of the factory? That's a new one.
I thought you would have been burnt to a crisp. But look at you.
all intact.
Brother, being too frank is rude. We should praise him for being stronger than he looks. Why not join forces? Play our cards right, and we could defeat the villains who rule this area.
They're the Black Rabbit Brotherhood, the baddies who torment the residents around here.
We heard their hideout is stuffed with treasure. And it's a good time to liberate this place as well. Pretty sweet deal, don't you think?
All you have to do is create a distraction. That's it. The rest we can handle.
So, you gonna do it?
Sure.
Smart choice. Look at our smart friend, Gato.
We're no slouches in the fisticuffs department in a pinch. You lead. We'll bring up the rear and watch for hidden threats.
Sure, I guess.
What do you think? Not bad, eh? Our new dumbass.
You didn't listen to your friend. Look at them go! Their damage is crappy, but they can tank. I don't know how my character turned backwards there, but whatever. Hey, they're smacking you. How about you turn around and fight them instead? Yeah. Alright, not bad. Oh yeah, it's a locked door there. Yeah, let's go, boys, or lads. You stole my kill. Whatever. Ah, the Arc Ray cartridge. It's technically mostly better. I don't need the shock resist right now, so let's just go with that. The greatest wine. Yeah, all these dead bodies here. No issue. We're very, decomposed. Just a tad, you know? It's already skeletons. But yeah, it's a little trap. I mean, it's at least vivid ergo, which is something.
Whoa, hold up. It's been a while. Hey, no. And I wouldn't want to cramp your style. I'll take a breather here, then catch up later.
So yeah, they kind of like, yeah, you can go, keep going. Hey, Motivity Crank, look, I just used one and I got one back. That's always nice.
Here's a news bulletin. This just in. The intruder turned out to be Geppetto's puppet. This month's protection fee will be waived for anyone who hunts him down.
Alright.
What a deal! Now hurry up and run, you idiots!
Come here, buddy. See, that's 294 damage on a random pipe I threw at it. Get cheesed. Ow. He got all the way through, damn it. Ah, that's unlucky that he managed to, like, go up the stairs like that. Well, unfortunately, because I made it that far without any issues, I'm gonna have to redo this without their help. Luckily, since the enemies are not very smart, they'll just appear from the same spots as earlier. Hello, ma'am. See you later. Luckily, it's not very far. And there we go. Bye. But we get the Patience Amulet out of that. AKA, if you can see by the color, faster stamina recovery. We're not going to use that. So, for now, I'm actually going to use the Swordsman Master. Just so that way my weapon durability stays on the higher end a little longer. A quartz. Best item in the game besides, I don't even know actually. Honestly, I do think the quartz is the best item in the game in terms of items you can just find, because you upgrade your pulse cells, aka Estus, through actual upgrades with quartz. So, but you are limited on those. Okay. I believe that big guy doesn't respawn either if I happen to die, but we get the bone-cutting saw blade. I believe that handle of that weapon... Oh, actually, maybe not. I'm trying to remember. There's a very specific weapon I used for a while after I picked up the, Oh, hello. After using the boss weapon from the Archbishop fight. Oh, it's break. I actually walked around that other one real quick on accident. But as I was saying, after using the Archbishop weapon for a long while, I used a different weapon. I still use the blade. I was using this blade mainly for the majority of the game, but with a different handle. I'm trying to remember, it's like the mining pistol. I don't forget exactly. Man, you guys smack me. Hey, look, a phone.
Another fine day in the city of Krat, but I wonder, my friend, just where you've been? Oh. I hope my return isn't too unexpected. It seems that our fates may be interconnected. Now, do pay attention. You won't want to miss when the king of all riddles says, "Riddle me this." I stand tall and proud when I'm young and bold, but I'm short and humble once I've gotten old. What am I?
Well, that one's pretty easy. A candle.
That's right. Did you cheat? Are you cheating? Better not be cheating. You're irritatingly good at this. Or am I? Oh, impossible. I am the king of riddles, and you are just, well, you. No offense. You're either very lucky, improbably bright, or more likely, you're cheating. But I would never level such an accusation in a culture where dueling is still an acceptable method of solving disputes. I'm the king of riddles, not the king of swordplay. You know, I wonder, perhaps it's your connection to Candle. Because the answer is, right? You get it, but you're not feeling violent. Huh. Even better. It's as good a time as any to grant you this boon. Now, take your new key and say, "Give me some room."
Okay, that is
I can tell
not.
you're enjoying these times that we spar. I take leave of you now, but don't go too far.
Yay, a Trinity key. The Ergos Whisper. We still need to grab that over there, and that on the other roof. But first... Oh, I messed up my jump. It's fine. So actually, that's the only enemy left, I believe, besides maybe going like this way. There we go. We have enough ergo for a level, which is nice. Okay, there we go. That is all she wrote. Also, you could have fallen in here if you really wanted to not fight the guy and still managed to get in there without too much trouble. Alright, this spot right here. Forgot about this one. I would say the Gemini, or it's Gemini, but you know, protection items are not that great. I don't think if I explained it, I might have, but I might have forgotten. If you lose your ergo by dying, if you get smacked on the way to getting to retrieving it, you actually lose a portion of it. Not a lot. And a lot of the time, just killing the enemies would offset that loss, but you know. Okay. I don't think there's any other real surprise enemies. Oh, I thought I saw something over there. But here the game is cheating. You see that lady? Your eyes are focused on her. There's nothing on the floor anywhere, but look. It just spawns one on your feet. Cheater. There was literally no trap there. But yeah, she's into us though, you saw that. Hey, Crescent Moonstone, hell yeah. I believe I only need one more. Okay, this area is a tad difficult, so that enemy down there is a new version of the chunkier ladies, let's call her. Yep, she has a bit of a longer range. Thought I didn't see you coming. We are gonna spend our ergo soon though, but not to level up. So just a bunch of items to pick up around here. For some reason, that random enemy forgot to fall down. They were supposed to fall down as I grabbed that, so I would be attacked by 2. That's fine, I'll take it. Anyways, we get the Charity House Guide. Just more lore, but over here. We made it! Back to the thing, the Red Lobster Inn. Alright, but before we end off the episode, we are gonna go... Let me see. We don't want to leave yet. I believe there is... Where was it? Is there a ladder I'm missing here? Yeah, there it is. It's a little hidden, not gonna lie. Over here we have this guy. Hello.
I thought there were no more survivors. But you're new. I do love a bit of commerce, but the bosses are really strict about who I'm allowed to sell to. Are you with the Black Rabbit?
Yeah, I got my badge right here.
I can't tell what's real and what's fake, to be honest. My job is selling stuff, not detecting forgeries. If it's fake, you'll be the one to get punished, not me.
Alright, so, mainly, they sell the Bramble Curved Sword Blade and Handle. Towards the end game, I used the handle of this weapon. It was actually very, very good. Unfortunately, it's gonna be a very, very late game used weapon because, as you can see, it's Motivity Technique, and I only really have Motivity at the moment. But I will still buy it for later use. There's also the Arc Shot cartridge, and they also sell a record, which I am gonna buy real quick. So let's boom. So yeah, no level up. We're just getting all the consumables. Also, they sell some abrasives, some canisters, thermite, shot put, and a bunch of other things. Basically, the throwables actually have scaling, which is actually interesting to think about. Alright, and last but not least, get this chest. A Legion Caliber. Alright, let's head back to the hotel. I know I can't level up, but I have a quartz. So that'll still be a useful upgrade to take. I need to double check. I'm pretty sure I did not miscount how many moonstones. Yeah, I only have 3. I believe I needed 4. Let's play a Ricker while we ended up here. So we're gonna do, let's see, we have Divine Service and Someday, and no other. So let's just do Divine Service, since that's the one we picked up before the one we just bought, so. That's really nice guitar. Okay, so let's add our new Fable slot. Alright, so let's take in, let's see, increase pulse cell maximum uses. Best upgrade. Boom, and we've unlocked halfway to phase 4. So as you saw, you don't need to get a level 3 to start going into level 4. So the stagger window, that's meh, honestly. So we'll probably go for either Cell Recovery +2, or we'll go for Retain Guard upon cell use. But now we have 4 Fable slots, which is great. Let's fill up that extra Fable slot real quick before we leave. There we go. I stepped out a tad too fast. And now we're slightly heavy, so we're gonna have to swap off here. Yeah, we'll just go back to the other one, it's fine. Just to keep things simple. We'll let this song finish. I believe it's only like a minute left. A little less, actually. But anyways, if you enjoyed the episode, like, comment, and subscribe. Leave a nice comment, leave a mean comment. That is all up to you, and it's alright with me. Hopefully, I'll see you on the next one. We'll let the song finish, and you guys have a good night. Bye.